Welcome, everybody. My name is Leslie Galettes. If we haven't had the chance to meet, I am the Community Stewardship Manager with the New York, New Jersey Harbor and Estuary Program, who is one of the coordinators, along with our partners at Waterfront Alliance, in helping put together this annual festival or, wonderful program called City of Water Day. This is the third session as part of our City of Water Day series, which we did this year, that's going to be digging into the event planning and promotion around this event. So if you're here, I think the chances are is that you're more likely to have registered an event with us. And so what we want to cover is some of the tools that you're going to have available to share your event, to be able to engage with your community partners. And then we want to be able to dig a little bit into some of the ways that we are going to be promoting your program. Obviously, I think a lot of you are familiar with our website, but we're going to be talking a little bit about what those, communication plans look like in terms of sharing all of your wonderful events that, are coming up as part of this year's City of Water Day, which, as a reminder, it's on Saturday, July 25th this year. So, jumping into just a little bit of a recap. Again, our theme this year was Living with Water, celebrating access to the waterways that connect us. So this year, every year it's super important to us, right, that we are elevating all of these wonderful communities, and how they're bringing and engaging their community members to our urban waterways. But this year we wanted to make sure that we were prioritizing a lot of these events that were emphasizing the need to have programs that connect people directly to the water, right? So that means, whether it's like hosting a kayaking program, some sailing programs, some water quality testing activities, you name it. We wanted to make sure that that was what we were prioritizing this year as we were looking through those applications. And that was sort of like the theme for this year, right? So we were really happy to be able to see so many partners that are going to be working on events that really do highlight those connections to our water and our waterfront. But that's not to say that we also don't have events that, we also understand that a lot of our communities are also, the waterfront is not as accessible to them. So we also have a number of events that are also going to be happening a little bit farther away from the waterfront, but that they're still emphasizing, right, the importance and the need to connect their communities back to the waterway that's in their communities. And so we're really happy to do that. We're really happy and excited to see what partners have planned to be part of this theme. We just wanted to recap that a little bit. And again, we hope that other folks that join and that get to watch City of Water Day, from the outside, whether you're like a community participant or an organization that hasn't had the chance to participate this year, we hope that this theme definitely is felt throughout our event descriptions, our map, and all of our communications as well. And again, just a little bit of a recap for our timeline this year. March 18th was when we opened up our registration and folks had the chance to submit their events and at the same time also apply for a grant. On April 8th was when we had our second info session, which dived a little bit more into what the expectations for our grant applications were. And then partners had until May 15th to submit that grant application. And then just as of yesterday, we communicated with our partners whether they were selected for a grant or not. And so like although we wanted to, support every single organization that applied for a grant, as I'm sure many of you can understand, we had limited funding. So we're happy to support those that we could. And, my message to those that maybe had, an email that said, thank you for applying, but we won't be able to support you this year is, please try again next year. Our goal is to continue to fund as many partners as we can and to also make sure that that funding is spread as much as we can. So if it didn't work out this year, we encourage you to please do so next year. We're going to do our best to try to support your events however we can. So June 10th, as actually maybe this is a little bit, you'll hear more about this today, but being that this is our third info session that's going to be talking about our toolkit and the event promotions, you'll also be able to see what this partner toolkit looks like if you're not too familiar with what that is. Every year, our partners at Waterfront Alliance and now our communications manager with HRF work together to put together a partner toolkit, which includes graphics, it includes flyer templates. We just want to make it as easy as possible for you to, utilize these templates and promote your programs to make it easy for you to share with your community all of the wonderful work that you're expecting to put that day. So this session is going to dig a little bit more on, again, those tools that are going to be available to you. And again, we're going to talk about some of the messaging behind those event promotions. And then if you're here, chances are you most likely registered to join us. You will probably remember, though, you were asked to fill in if you wanted to be considered for a t-shirt and this is meant for like staff putting your event together. So if you didn't get a chance to fill in or that number changed, or maybe you don't need t-shirts anymore, please just be sure to let us know by June 23, what that t-shirt request is, or any sizes maybe like changed in your original request. Please let us know by then so that we can get you your t-shirts. Friday, July 10th is the last day for people to submit their events in the City of Lauderdale map. So again, City of Lauderdale is July 25th. We're just trying to make sure we give you as much time as possible to be able to register an event. But again, we need enough time to be able to keep the map up to date. And again, we want to have at least, like a week or two to promote your event as well, even if you do come in that later stage of the sign up process. But yes, July 10th, if you haven't had a chance to submit your event yet, you're still able to, and we'll still be able to promote and highlight your program across our communications channels as well. Just be sure to do that by the 10th of July. We also have an exciting new, which you will, I think if you've joined us in our previous sessions, you've already gotten a little preview of this, but we have a little bit more information to share with you about our kickoff event, which is happening on the 23rd, the Carport Kayak Race being hosted by our partners at Waterfront Alliance at Pier 84. So you'll be able to hear a little bit more from that later today by David. And then again, the celebration is the 25th. So we're super excited. We're so glad that so many of you, registered to join us this year, and we're hoping to make this the best City of Lauderdale yet. And then just quickly, just a reminder again. So when we say a City of Lauderdale events, this is just the overview of what we consider a City of Lauderdale event, especially again, if maybe you haven't registered to join us just yet. But that you're still considering. We were looking, I guess we still are if you're still thinking about registering your event. But what constitutes a City of Lauderdale event is an event that is free to the public, that is in person. And again, especially this year with our theme being Living with Water, an event that emphasizes and that prioritizes being near the water or doing an activity on the water itself. And just as a reminder, Zoe's going to jump in here right after I finish with this slide, but just a reminder that the registration form that many of you have already filled out is going to be used to promote your programs. So on our City of Lauderdale website, we will be having and hosting a map of events. And so just as a reminder, all the information that you provided to us, that's what's going to be used to then share with the public, or, this is a public facing website. We're going to be sharing it with, as well as like local media as well. So, again, the emphasis here is we want to be able to have the most up-to-date and current information as possible. So since when you submitted your application and now if there's anything that has changed in relation to your events or even just your contact information, or maybe like a staff member that's no longer there filled out the application, those are important details that we would need to know. So please just make sure that you let us know if there's anything that's changed. And so that's just my little recap in terms of what City of Lauderdale is, what our wonderful theme this year is. And now I'm going to go ahead and leave it to Zoe, who's going to talk a little bit more about what's next in terms of just verifying that we have the most up-to-date information for your programs.
Yeah, thanks, Liz. So very excited that we have so many events this year. Already have like I think over 70 submissions. So thank you all so much for hosting that. And I just want you to be aware that today or tomorrow you'll receive an email from me. Doesn't mean that anything's wrong with your event. We just want to confirm that, the time you submitted is still the time you plan to hold the event. Make sure that the location is correct and things like that. So we do ask that you respond to that email as soon as possible, either confirming that information or letting us know of any changes so that we can publish all of those verified events next week on the website. So if we don't have verification from you, we won't publish until we get it. So please do look out for that email and respond. A couple important notes I just wanted to call out is the location, first of all. We want this to be the meeting place that your participants will go to. So if you have like an event that's taking place at a stationary location, put that event location. If you are going to be like moving away from that point, like you need people to be there at 10 a.m. to, launch your kayaks or whatever the case may be, we do recommend including a registration link. That way you can just keep in touch with those folks who are participating and make sure that everything is clear to them. But make sure that that location, obviously, you can only list one location. We're going to drop that pin on the map, and we want to make sure that we're directing people to the right spot. The second thing is the time of the event. So we understand like things like that may change from when you had originally planned and submitted the registration form, but we'll just ask you to confirm that that time is still accurate. And also a reminder to just check your registration forms to make sure that that lines up with what we have on the website. We just don't want people to be confused about that. Um, the other thing I'll mention is the description of your event activities. In some cases, we might just ask you for like a little more detail about what exactly you're doing at the event. We just want to make sure that when we're promoting it, people can see what activities are going to be there so that they know what to expect. And then we're also going to potentially put you in touch with other partners who are hosting in the same location. So in a lot of cases, I'm sure you all are already working together, you already know each other, but we just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page and you can partner together, work together on these events. So any of those changes, we do want to hear by July 10th if anything changes afterwards, but um, the main message of today is to just look out for that email and please get back to us as soon as possible so we can publish the event next week. Publish the events not next week. And you can go to the next slide, Liz. And yeah, once again, like we understand things change, weather happens, changes in your event plans happen. That's totally understandable. It's totally fine. Please just email me again if you have any changes before July 10th. And if anything, the day of happens weather-wise, it's great for you to communicate that to your registrants directly. We leave that up to the event partners to like make those decisions. And so we'll do our best to communicate that on the website. But we just want to make sure that everyone is keeping up with those changes and any updates that might need to happen. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. And thank you all so much.
Thanks, Zoe. Okay, so next up, we have our partner toolkit. And I'm sorry, Monica, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, ready to go. So, as you all know, we want to support you all with your outreach for your individual events, and we also want to be able to promote them through our channels as well. So, we have our partner toolkit. You can find it on the City of Lauderdale website. It includes, editable and ready to use flyers, graphics, sample social media posts. You can also find photos from previous City of Lauderdale events on that same link in our photo archive. And that will be accompanied, of course, by our t-shirts and our banners. So stay tuned for more on that. But we want to dive into a little bit of what's going to be included in that digital partner toolkit for you all to use. So Liz, you can click to the next slide. So what's in the partner toolkit? We will be sending out the information. It'll be available on the City of Lauderdale partner website. You can see the partner materials link to the right. But you can also use this presentation to sort of click through the links that are available throughout all of the slides. I do want to point out our toolkit is a little bit more robust this year, so we're definitely encouraging you all to use it. The toolkit is built for both folks who are a little more comm savvy, if you have a communications team member on your staff, or for folks who just want to be able to click something to download and print, that's fine. That's available as well. So if you go, the toolkit is available on Dropbox, and you'll find printable flyers, logos, and icons if you want to customize your own materials. And you'll find social media and web banners that you can use for like blogs or events. And so we'll dive into each of those now. Thank you. So there are 3 flyer templates included in the Dropbox toolkit. And again, we included a direct link to those if you're just looking for flyers. We have a general flyer of just, when is the kickoff opening ceremony event? When are the City of Lauderdale events and how can I access them? We have a flyer themed with our What Does Living with Water Mean to You, and a list of the different types of activities folks can find. So again, those are just some generic posters that are ready to use that you can print. And then we have an editable version, and I'll dive into how you can edit those in just a moment. But the idea being you can add your event information and print those out to distribute or to share on the day of. Next slide. We also have logos and icons, and they're found, like I said, in the Dropbox folder available for download. The icons are going to be over there in the green on the left, and the logos are available to the right, just to give you an illustrative idea of what our brand treatment is going to look like this year, so you can try to incorporate that into your materials as well. And again, a direct link to those are available on this slide. You can go to the next one. We also have social media and web banners. 2 examples of the social media graphics are going to be over to the left. And again, some are ready to use if you just want to be able to download and upload to social media, or there are editable versions if you want to include your event information. And again, we'll walk through how you do that in a second. And then on the right is an example of our sort of web banner templates that you can use for any of your online event registration pages, or if you're writing a blog, or if you want to post the event on your website. And again, a direct link to that is available on this slide. You can click to the next one. So how do you download these materials? If you're familiar with Dropbox, or if you're not, it's very easy to use. Once you click on the toolkit link, it'll take you to what looks like this picture on the left, and you would just click on the little 3 dots, download the files, or you can go inside the folder and download just the assets that you need. And so there are just 2 examples of how to do that here. You can click to the next slide. So how do you edit these materials? There are going to be 2 different ways to edit. We're going to show you how to edit on Canva if you're a little more into Canva design and a little more maybe tech savvy in that way. And we're also going to show you how to do it with Microsoft PowerPoint. So here's just a little example of how you would create a new design from Canva. Once you download the file that you want to use as a PNG, you're just going to upload it as a new project in Canva. And so this is just a little step-by-step of what that process will look like. For purposes of how do we edit one of the files that you can make customized, we're going to use this sort of like event promotion example throughout the next few slides. You can click to the next one. So once you open up that design, here's just again, how would you download that file from Dropbox? You can go to the next slide. So once you have your file uploaded in Canva, you're going to want to open up an element and you're going to want to open up a frame. And I'm showing you right now how you can, let's say, take the photo bubble that we have and maybe replace it with a photo of your organization that you want to highlight for your particular event. So you would go under frames, you would insert a little circle frame and overlay it on top of the one that we already have there selected for you. You can go to the next slide. Again, you kind of just drag and drop your uploaded file. I added a nice little border to it just so it matches the other ones. That's totally up to you, but in case you wanted to see how we did that, that information is here on this slide. You can click to the next one. And how do you add text? So if you want to add text to your file, let's say you want to add your event name, the time, the location information, again, you would go to the text icon on Canva, add a text box. We're using the Tahoma font, but obviously feel free to use something that's relevant to your brand identity if you'd like, and insert it into the slide next to the relative sort of section. If you have any issues with this, I included my email address here for you to be able to reach out to me directly. Alternatively, we can also share the live template with you. If you use Canva and you have a corporate account, we can send that and you can edit directly into that slide template. So either option is available. And again, if you'd like that and you don't want to use just the toolkit options in the Dropbox, you can email me directly. So how do you edit in PowerPoint? We're also offering an alternative option if you don't want to use Canva. And we included in each of the sort of graphics folders or template folders a way to download a PowerPoint version of all of these slide graphics. So here's again another example of what that would look like in the Dropbox folder. And specifically, you're going to want to look for the one that says PPX or PPTX, which would be the PowerPoint version that you can edit on top of. You can go to the next slide. So this is what it would look like when you opened up the downloaded file. And this, we're going through the banner examples here. You can go to the next slide. So here I'm going to show you how you can actually edit the photo directly in the PowerPoint template. We kind of locked all of the elements in the rest of the slide just for consistency, but you are able to change out the photo that we've included and upload your own. In this example, I'm also going to show you how you can upload an icon that may be relevant to your event in case you don't want to use a photo or you don't have a photo, but you want something that's a little more specific. Let's say if you're not hosting a kayaking event. So how you would do that is you would right click on the circular image in the slide deck and you would go to upload an image and that will pull up this little window box that you see here on the top right corner. You can go to the next slide. You click on your icon and it will automatically populate into the slide circle for you. And then similarly, you'd be able to sort of add a text box, add in your text as we did on Canva. And that's just a little way you can customize these using a PowerPoint file. Can you go to the next slide? Let's see if I have anything else in here. All right, so I may pause there. Do we want to do questions? If anyone has them, maybe drop them in the chat. And if not, we can revisit them at the end. But again, really excited. Really hope that you all continue to use these as we go through. One thing that I didn't mention that is also available in the toolkit is the sample social media posts. You'll find corresponding social media graphics that match those, and we have them from generic event promotion, thematic promotion, 1 week away, 1 day away, and we have corresponding content to go with that you can customize in a Word document. So that's all available in the toolkit for your use. And we're really looking forward to sharing your materials. I will pass it over to the Waterfront Alliance team to talk about the cardboard kayak race.
Well, actually, I was thinking, well, Aria's connection is still stable.
Yeah.
In case there are any questions for the toolkit, maybe we can just, we know we just covered a lot. So maybe like if we want to take a pause and just give folks
Definitely.
some time to ask questions if anybody has any questions. Again, this is being recorded, so we would share that with everybody that registered, and it's also going to go up on the website in case you need to revisit some of these instructions. But
Yeah, I'll just I'll throw it in here. Hey Pam, great question about the tags on social media. That'll also be included in the template language that's going to be on the partner toolkit page. But the hashtags are what they are is our hashtag City of Water Day. That's the main one. And then you can add on City of Water Day 2026 and Living with Water, because that's the theme for this year. So, we're super excited. And we will, of course, and Waterfront Alliance will be promoting events, not just City of Water Day as a whole, but highlighting some key partner events around the city, based off of event type or borough highlights. And we'll be doing that through our social channels using these toolkit materials. So you guys will see that. Please feel free to reshare and collaborate where it makes sense. on those platforms. But we'll also be doing, e-blast to our audiences about this. City of Water Day has been listed on event pages across the region, over 90 event pages across the region to date, where those are going to be listed for the media. We're also doing a heavy media outreach, and we'll talk about that for the cardboard kayak race, but really trying to get City of Water Day, it's on the map, but even more on the map for this year, so that we get a record-breaking attendance. I believe Liz may have mentioned this at the top, but we had a record number of registrations this year of partner events. So kudos to all of y'all for getting that information in, and getting the excitement rolling so early for City of Water Day. But yes, this toolkit with the social materials, the graphics, content for your website, your email, your blog pages, whatever type of communications channels, even print flyers, that's all going to be in the toolkit that Monica put together, that will be on the City of Water Day website under the partner resources page of that website. It's not there now, so if you're double checking, I see you, but it will be up shortly once this webinar is live. We'll put the webinar recording and those materials on there. And then again, if you guys have any questions about how to use it, please feel free to reach out to our team.
Yep. Thanks, Aria.
Yeah, great question, Pam. Thank you, Aria. Anybody else? Feel free to either raise your hand or write your question in the chat.
Yeah. No, we threw a lot at you there. If you're not familiar with editing graphics, so again, always available to help out. And if you want to just post or print, we have those available for you too.
Great. So I'm not seeing any hands. So I think we're ready to talk about cardboard kayak race. David,
Hey.
whenever you're ready.
Hi, everybody. Thanks. I'm David Easer. I'm the events director for Waterfront Alliance. And as part of this year's City of Water Day, what we have elected to do is bring back one of the beloved features of the old pre-pandemic day events, and that is our cardboard kayak race. And I think most of you know, or all of you should know, when you registered your event on the on the website, there were some questions regarding if you wanted to field a team or if you wanted to have individual members of your organization be filtered into various teams that are happening. So I have all your answers. We're finalizing our materials now, and I will be sending out details probably early next week with everything that team members will need to know. But if you want to, you can see some pictures of how much fun this really is. And if you want to go to the next slide, if you would, get some basics. So this will be done before City of Water Day proper. This is going to be on Thursday, July 23. We are at Hudson River Park's Pier 84 in Manhattan, so at West 44th Street, doing this in partnership with Manhattan Kayak. The process, as you saw, is that teams are competing to design, build, and then actually race kayaks on a 500-foot short course, and the kayaks are made out of nothing but cardboard and tape. They do not survive through the end. They will get pretty beat up, and people will be very safe, but definitely get wet. This is a huge amount of fun. If you are not competing, you are still more than welcome and heavily encouraged to come, enjoy, watch the fun. City of Water Day event organizers, partners like you can have access, at least several people from each entity. Even if you're not racing, you can have access to the boathouse. I'll get you a sign-up sheet for that. So you can get a VIP viewing area. We'll have a potluck dinner going on in there. So it is a lot of fun just to celebrate with the other partners. And if you go to the next slide, we can talk about. So why are we doing this? This is the best way we can think of to celebrate and have fun in the water, to thank all of you for doing your events and being such good partners over the years. We are hoping that this will, and we anticipate that it will, attract media attention. We are looking to have, if we're lucky enough, New York One to come and shoot some, we can, or other news entities, certainly print media, whoever we can find to come and watch, and that would get press about it, hopefully on Friday, with enough time to get people to check out an event in their neighborhood and come to one of yours. We also will have banners and t-shirts that we can distribute to you for use at your events, for your staff. Some banners, just basic City of Water Day banners. Those of you, if you're not coming, we can mail some of those to you. I'm still working out exactly. Some of you on the forum, you were asking for shockingly large numbers of t-shirts, which we weren't entirely prepared for. So I will need to go through the list and figure out a limit, and we'll work out what we can do and determine whether you're going to come and pick up here or if we need to mail to you. But we'll get that out to you. What else? Next slide, I guess. So like I said in the beginning, the way that you can have a team either by as an event organizer, you can field a team. If you did not indicate that on your form and you would like to do one, please email me as soon as possible. We are running out of spots. We are also going to be inviting a few city agency, the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice, some entity like the Coast Guard, the Corps, see if we can get some of the more sort of those kinds of entities to come and be part of this, because having their engagement and involvement with this and then with your events on Saturday would be great for everybody. Scott, good question. No, you bring nothing. We are providing all cardboard, PFDs, paddles, everything. Manhattan Kayak. You just come with a design plan in your head, or not even that, and your team can work it out on site. So the event timing check-in will be from 3 to 3:45. We'll get 2 hours for build. We'll have a short little ceremony and presentation. Then we'll do our races and we'll give out awards. And I think I did one more slide. Is that right? Yes. So, like I said, if you are not fielding a team or part of a team, you can still have 5 people register to have boathouse access. I will get you a link for this next week. There will be a VIP viewing area, and we'll have a potluck dinner, and we are certainly meaning you are contributing in the potluck, so we'll also have a list up for what we'd love to have you bring. This is going to be non-alcoholic. We are assuming that goof sports and box cutters and alcohol are not the best mix, so everybody will just do it straightforward, but it will be lots of fun. So I'm happy for questions. Follow up to me after, and like I said, I'll be emailing everybody about just the boathouse access and the teams with their specific details in the coming few days. But definitely hold the date, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
David, I have a question. You probably said this, but just to confirm, it's 2 people in the kayak only, correct?
Correct. Yeah. The team can be up to 6 people total, but only 2 can actually go. 6 people for the build and design, but only 2 can go in the kayak. These things aren't that sturdy.
David, how many people did you say could actually help put together the kayak?
6.
6. Okay.
And you can have a different 6 build and then 2 be your in-water team. So it's not required for them to be part of that same grouping. Just as David said, we can physically only fit 2 max in the kayak. But yeah, really, we just you guys do such great work, and we know that City of Water Day is a really active day for everybody on this call. We're all hosting our own events, so this is a time to come and participate and enjoy and celebrate. So as David said, we're going to have this awesome cardboard kayak that's going to be hilarious. We've got all these different prize categories, so start thinking about how you want to come at this. As David said, all the materials will be provided for the actual cardboard kayak race. If you guys want to bring small decorations for your specific kayaks, such as stickers, markers, lightweight streamers, you're more than welcome to do that. But for the purposes of the competition, everybody has the same materials, same tape, same cardboard. So it kind of evens that stage on there. But we'll have food, we'll have a lot of friends out. It's going to be a really fun event. And we hope to see you all there. Oh, and the t-shirts, of course. You'll get your t-shirts. So very exciting. And hope y'all are excited too.
Any other questions about the cardboard kayak race or kickoff event?
And all of the information that we've gone over today, details for the teams, registration information for your event without grant application, the partner toolkit, opening ceremony times, all of that stuff is going to be on cityofwaterday.org. Some of that information is already there, but everything that was discussed in the call will be there by the end of this week. So thank you all for bearing with us. And if you have any questions, of course, all of our contact information is on that website as well.
Thanks for adding that, Aria. Great. Well, I'm not seeing any hands up and I'm not seeing any questions on the chat. So I just wanted to leave you all with a very big thank you for joining us, not just for City of Lauderdale, but for sticking with us through all of these, info sessions that we've been having. It is the last one, but, just feel that you can always reach out to us at any time. Um, should all have my email by now, but we're always working with you on whether it's like updating your event or just helping answer any questions that you might have from here to actually, putting the program together. If you feel like you need, you would love like a resource, like, hey, do you have any information on heat island effect or anything, any topic that we could be helpful in, we would try our best to maybe like send you a resource or just be able to facilitate any conversation that you're also looking to have on that day. We'll do our best to be able to help out. Um, we will also, as co-hosts, we will also do our best to visit as many of your events as we can. So, we're going to be happy to be experiencing all of your programs as well. Not all of them, but some of them, even though we wish we could make it to all of them. Yeah, and again, that cityoflauderdale.org website address that you see on the screen is where you'll have like all of the latest news about City of Lauderdale. And then you also have our tags here if you want to follow along on social media. And again, we will be promoting your events. We will be highlighting your events through our newsletters. Monica is actually going to be working really hard at also being able to share a lot of these wonderful events with New York City Ferries blog as well. So even building up more exposure there. So we're very excited to be able to get as many people, your events on their radar, and many of them to participate in your programs as well. So we'll leave it there. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I think that concludes our presentation for today. Yeah, we will see you on City of Lauderdale, rain or shine. But before that, we hope we see many of you at the cardboard kayak race event as well.